What's up, guys? I have no idea where Kev is. And Llama had the night off, so guess who's flying solo tonight? You get me. So I'm going to pay attention a lot more to the chat. So if you guys have anything to say or anything to add, throw it in there. I tried to give Kev as much time as I could, but I'm assuming he's asleep or lost in the crick. Exactly, Richie. Yes, he did. He does that sometimes, and then I have no way to get him up. So I don't know. What's up, 43 pedals? Yeah, you bet, Ja. All right, guys. I mean, hell of a 3-night run, right? I mean, I don't know what you guys thought, but I think all three of those shows were pretty spectacular tonight. I don't know. I would say tonight was the weakest show of the three. I really enjoyed a lot about tonight. I thought the second set was phenomenal. Only one small complaint in the second set, but I really liked everything that they did tonight. I thought it was a really solid wrap up to an incredible 3-night run. And I don't know. Let's get into it. Let's see. Talk about it. Let me see if I can bring the banner up. That was the other thing I was trying to do, is figure out how to do these. I didn't get the timings down on everything, so we don't have times tonight, which kind of sucks, but we can go through it anyway. Runaway Gem to open. You guys know I'm a huge Gem stan, so anytime we get that as an opener, let's go. Like, it's on, and it's kind of like that, one of those perfect Sunday night opener type, for the show. So I thought it was perfect. I loved it. Yeah, like I said, that's kind of like how I like opening my shows. There's a few of those songs that do it for me, and I thought Gem was a solid way. It always seems like that, sort of, depending on how hard they jam that out, which in the one slot, you're going to get what you're going to get. Sometimes it goes a little bit deeper, but tonight I thought it was a good opener. And getting the foam after it, a Gem foam, what a great 1-2 punch. Like, how much fun. Trey didn't fuck up the foam too much, like, I thought it was fairly solid. It was a little rough in a couple spots around, but I don't know. I would send you an invite, Jason. I don't know how to do those anymore, though. Like, I haven't run the producer role in so long that you should see me backstage before and trying to get everything fucking going. I was like, where's all this stuff at again? So yeah. Justin Foam was amazing in the 2 spot. Does its job perfectly right there. Again, Gem foam to open, and then Wolfman's this whole theme of like these 1.0 are shining right now. I mean, I give it, as I've said all tour, props to the line. I think the line is paying dividends this tour, and you can just see how happy Trey is so often in the show. Even when he kind of flubs or messes up, he's having so much fun. It's a joke. And I really think being back in the old formation has like revitalized them and brought in so much more to everything. Oh, nice. Hey, thanks, Foreman. Thanks, guys. That's awesome. I can throw it up there instead. See that? Look at you. You guys are amazing. Thank you for doing the homework. Need a job? Just kidding. Where are we? 8 minutes. So 16 minutes for 2 openers, and then you get a 15-minute Wolfman's. I mean, that Wolfman's was intense. That was probably the best one since that Mexico one we got. When was that? 2 years ago? When was that? 24 maybe. But man, that thing crushed. And I even that was the first time tonight Tim texted me from the show and was like, holy shit, this Wolfman's is going. And I was like, yes, that must be really fun in the arena. So I think if you were there, it was extra special. Had a little bit of extra sauce on it that we didn't quite get through the stream, as always. But fuck yeah, that's in the 3 slot. That's the one that it just sort of like got us there. Got going and set up Thread beautifully. Thread needs to be played more. I loved where that jam went. That felt so melty in there. And I thought, I said in the Discord, I thought for sure we get a melt tonight after that. It just felt like it set up a melt for the second set. But that Thread was fantastic. I love that jam that it got into. And 27 minutes now with the next 2 songs in that 3-4 spot. Fantastic. A fantastic grouping of those 2 songs and a great little 27 minutes of greatness. Stash. I'm not the biggest Stash fan. I know. It's just one of those songs. I don't know. It's just, I like it. It does its job. It's serviceable, as I like to throw out every now and then. I know there's some big Stash stands out there, which awesome. Like, good. I know the song is what it is. 11 minutes, though. I thought it was a pretty solid Stash. It did its job in that first set spot. 5:55, you know. I say it always fucks. I know Jason doesn't agree with me all the time on that. I know Kev has his issues with it too. I like the last one we got though, wasn't it? Was it the one in Boulder or the one before? Whatever one that jammed out a little bit more than this one did. This one kind of brought it back to that 6 minutes. Like, sorry, Mike, you're not getting the jam tonight type thing that we're used to with Mike's songs. So, yeah, I don't know. Decent 6 minute 555. Jeez, would have been better if it had been 5 minutes. Then it could have been 5:55 at 5 minutes. But all right, and then we get the bust out, walk away. Yeah, I even had a little mustard in there. I joked in the Discord, Paige can break this out, but he can't bust out Life on Mars anymore. Damn. But yeah, so much fun to get these random old bust outs. And I mean, this one was the last time I was played a couple of years ago, a year ago. What was it? I can't remember. I looked it up before. But yeah, I mean, Paige sounded fantastic on it 2 years ago, in 23, July of 23. Look at that. And then the time before that was July of 22. Interesting. So it's kind of pops up in July and summer tour every now and then for the past 3 years. Was it 5:55 Pacific when they played that? No. Was it? That'd be funny. And Kev got demonetized by Brad. Exactly, Dave. Yes, that's exactly what happened. Jason, I don't know where he is. You saw him at intermission. He was like alive and well. And then, I don't know. I think he stepped into the lounge and got locked out. I don't know where he is. Oh, man, I got to go back up and find. Damn it. All right, Wally, yours is going up. Sorry. It's a little, there you go. All right. Oh, this is the second set. Wait. Sorry. Going back to set one. Man. All right, here we go. Walk away. Fantastic. Then it kind of, I don't know. I'm not going to go into it. I know you were expecting me to bitch and moan and whatever, and not having Kev here, we probably would have gone on and complained about it, but I'm going to save you all that because you know how I feel about it. It is what it is. Some people love it. Some people do not love it so much. 13 minutes. It takes up a lot of real estate in that first set, regardless of if you like it or not. And there's so much better closers, but hey, if you like it, you got it. And the end with the lights and everybody kind of in that swelling moment. I get it. For me, I get a little early jump on set break and everything. So solid first set though. Not, in my opinion, not as good as last night's. I really like last night's first set a lot. I think it was probably my favorite first set of tour so far. So tonight's was a little lacking, but still very solid. I mean, a hell of a run up for night 3 and to conclude the run. So yeah. Housekeeping. I have no idea what's going on. Let's see. I know we have the Brad interview coming out on Tuesday, which will be awesome. Some really good stuff in there about Nugs. Fascinating things that I really never knew about and how he got started with Nugs, and some really funny stories. How Nugs even came about. You'll love it. Total bootlegging, like kind of kept the theme of taping going with the way he started it, using, he was working for like Anheuser-Busch and stuff and was using their equipment to web host it and then using the same audio stuff that he would interview. It's fascinating. You'll love it. Check it out. And then Wednesday night, there'll probably not be a live because we have a show Wednesday night. So we'll be back for the after show Tuesday and Wednesday. And then, yeah, I don't know what else is going on. They don't tell me these things. All right, where are we? Set 2. Let's get into it. Dun, 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 dun. Thanks. Yes, Jeff. I agree completely. I just didn't want to say it. There you go. See, Justin loves it. There's people out there. I get it. People love it. I get it. I hear you, Jeff. Yes. Sucks. Blunt, I hear you. Okay, now I gotta find the set list again. Sorry. Damn it, it's too far up here. All right. There it is. Okay. Da-da-da-da. Finally, Set Your Soul Free. First one of tour. 17 minutes. To me, these first 4 songs of this set was some spectacular Phish. Just fantastic improv, fantastic jamming. I mean, the canvases, the runways, everything was there, just wide open, ready to go. Set Your Soul Free. I always like this song for its jamming. I think it always has a great it's always a great jam vehicle. 17 minutes. I love where it lives in the 14 to 20 minute zone when it gets out there. I love when it comes back into it. I think it has such a great, like, bring it back in, and it's got the dun, dun, you know, it just sounds so good when he comes back into it. And you could hear a little bit later in the jam, I can't remember which one it was. It was a Ghost that he kind of brought it back in a little bit in. But for the first one of tour 2 to get 17 minutes at his opener, usually, you know, we always talk about the first one gets that kind of 9 to 12 minute range to warm up with, and the second time they play is where it really explodes and goes out. So they play this one again. Maybe it'll hit that 20, 25 minute mark and really get out there if they do it again for tour, but we'll see. I was glad it finally made an appearance though. Then we get the Monster Tweezer, 30 minutes. That thing just, I joked in the Discord again, you know, the same band that gives you Drift to close the first set, then drops a 30-minute Tweezer on your ass in the second set. And that's exactly why we love Phish. They're just fucking amazing. So yeah, it's amazing. Loved it. It really had a lot of going ups and downs. I mean, between that and the Disease, I mean, I still like the Gin from last night a lot too, even though it was a smaller jam, but that Disease and that Tweezer are worthy of massive re-listens, I think, to really dive into and see what we got out of them. Trying to critique it after just listening to it live is a little difficult because there's so much going on in it and you're like, oh yeah, that part. Oh yeah. But then that build up. And then, so I want to dive into it again. And when we do the recap with Scott and Benji, really get into some of these jams that they got into. But for tonight, I mean, we'll just say fucking 30 minutes of Tweezer goodness was glorious. And then the drop into Ghost. And I think somebody posted on Discord, this was only the second time they've ever done that. I think the last one was in 2014, maybe, if I remember correctly. I don't know. Memory shot. But again, you'd think those two would go together a lot more, but here we are. Only the second time I've ever done it. So, and what a Ghost. I mean, that ending, holy moly, when it shredded, it was a deep cut. Like that Ghost got there. So 42 minutes of those two songs, I think you'll take that any day of the week well, not even the middle, the front half of your second set, which to me, I started thinking like, is this going to be a 4-song second set? Like, are we just going to have another massive jam to fill it out? But no, they kind of, they got into a nice 17-minute golden age, which again, I mean, these 4 jams, if you can't get excited about those, I don't know. Like that's just, I haven't been that thrilled about Phish in so long. I mean, it was a real treat getting through those. And yeah, the golden age, it was, what is it that I was going to say it's the second or third one I remember lately that's been in the conversation of Vegas 16 that you could say, oh wow, that kind of has some elements into it that equal that or get there with that. But obviously nothing is going to ever touch that one, I don't think. But this one, I mean, completely kept that set raging and going. And you were just, again, that jam, you just felt like, where's it going? Where are we going to end up at? Where are we going? How's it going to finish? And then it unfortunately, it pittered out and we got Life Beyond the Dream, which I know everybody likes a slow down song in that spot. I just argue there's better ones than that to fill that spot. But I know Trey's going to Trey and he loved it and it worked there. I mean, 7 minutes is 7 minutes. It's fine. I was distracted during it anyway, so I was happy. It seemed to go by pretty quickly, so good for that. And then we get Slave to close. My only complaint was I felt like it was kind of a wasted Slave because it kind of felt like they were throwing it in there to finish that set. You know how Trey kind of does that sometimes. It's like, oh, we can get one in there. 11 minutes is still a solid Slave. Like I thought for sure he'd cut it between 7, 9 minutes, maybe get that 8-minute version in there. And then you're like, oh, we didn't quite get out there on the Slaves that you like, because then it doesn't come back in at the end, like to give you the moment. But it worked. He went ahead and kind of said, screw the timing and let it go out there a little bit, which was nice. And then, you know, perfect way to close the set. Again, I kind of felt like it was a little bit of a wasted Slave because you weren't quite getting the full, I don't know, potential that you wanted it because of that Life setting it up beforehand. But it's still a great way to close the set. Black or White Light moments. I call it the Ewok song because I love the end. It reminds me of like the Ewoks dancing. So it was awesome. Fantastic. And then the encores. kind of a weird 3, totally fun. And I think this is where Fun Phish rules, which is again kind of that feeling of those 1.0 feels in those set lists. This encore totally reminded me of 1.0 silliness, funness. You know, again, Trey laughing at Meatstick and cracking himself up. Trey raging at the Tweezer reprise and going around. And even Turtle in the Clouds, the guys remembering the dance. Like, that's probably what they were doing backstage before the encore and why it took so long for them to come back out. They're like, all right, remember how to do the dance? Yes, no. But it's so exciting. I mean, they have so much fun up there doing that how can you not just appreciate and laugh along with them and get a thrill out of it? So I felt like the Meatstick was one of those condensed Meatsticks that didn't, get the heavier Meatstick jam to it because they were trying to get Turtle in the Clouds in there, and then obviously had to do the reprise, which I totally forgot about reprise. I thought Turtle in the Clouds was going to wrap it up, so I was kind of shocked when, they drop into the best 2.5 minutes in rock, but you're never going to complain about a reprise closing that set. And again, it was fun seeing Turtle in the Clouds come back and be there. It was a great show, Mike. I completely agree. And I think if you were in the building, I think you probably had a blast. I know Tim was all over texting me all night. He loved that first set. I showed you guys that text too. He was like, first set is rocking. I was like, I think last night was a little bit better. And then that was during Stash. And he's like, maybe so, maybe not. But I would take last night's first set, combine it with tonight's second set, and that would almost be my perfect show. But yeah, I thought solid run. I think this makes up for last night 3 in Charleston, if we all remember that one. So I don't know. Am I holding tight in 8th place? Sweet. I think I only got one tonight. I think I only got Ghost. I kind of went out on a few of them. I know I had Melt in there, and I had Alumni as my bust out, but yeah. Thanks guys. Sorry it was a little quick. Sorry I was a little unprepared. Kev kind of left me hanging, but the show must go on, and we're Wooks, and that's what we do. So I appreciate you guys though, and the support, and holding it down with me. I hope everybody enjoyed this run. I mean, totally fun, awesome Phish. This summer tour has been spectacular. I'm really looking forward to the rest of it, and then the recap with Benji and Scott, because I can't wait to hear what those guys have to say about everything and what they think has been going on with some of these jams and some of these sets and some of this stuff. So you guys are awesome, chat. Thank you so much. Shout out to everyone in the Discord for sure. You guys, if you're looking forward, join the Wook Plus Discord, and then get on the Marvin Discord. Join us in the Chompin' during the show, because it's so much fun talking with everybody and going through it all. So right on, guys. We will be back on Tuesday night is the next show, right? So enjoy your Monday, and let me figure out how to get out of here. If I can find the exit music. Where is the promo? Oh, there it is. All right, guys. Thank you. And hopefully Kev will be back. Hopefully nothing serious is wrong. Like, I know I was joking around, but I hope he's okay. So thoughts and prayers to Kev, and love you guys. And I'll see you Tuesday night. Right on.